The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Globetrotter, our 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new shows and new video games, to boldly go where no woman with a fro has gone before. Welcome to another episode of Over 40 and Unapologetically Nerdy. I'm your host, Felicia Baxter. In this episode, I am just so happy to be able to share with you everything that's in Star Trek news, what I've bought. It's Black Friday, as well as all the nerd news and business, and also major spoilers for Discovery Episode 7. And as always, I'm so happy that you were able to join me, and thank you for listening. So, all that it goes on in nerddom, I am floored by the more I've looked, and it's not even that hard, about space program. The space program is still very big business. Elon Musk has taken an industry that was, even before Elon Musk, from pop culture to more a commercial endeavor to have a profitable business with great returns now, has spawned a whole industry dedicated to just supporting space and the exploration. There's a company here that actually is helped to sell to SpaceX. It's called TJ Snow and Company. They are a niche company that their spot welders are going to be deployed on the International Space Station. They weld, they do all the work here, they spec it out, and then they send it for approval to SpaceX and they buy more. It's pretty cool. And the idea that there is an industry right here in Chattown that is contributing to SpaceX is just absolutely amazing. But that's not the only one. We're not too far from Huntsville. We're not too far from Florida, for that matter of fact. And just to think that we have the brain power to be able to contribute to that industry, or we can invest in these companies if they are sold or they offer stock right on the stock trade. Is absolutely amazing. And that's how you keep it going. We got VW that I've ordered my electrical vehicle from. We got the battery producers that are here. GM's coming. They're building a plant here for their electric vehicles. That's how we do. And it's pretty amazing that we have all of these opportunities to be able to support alternate fuel sources, and as well as alternate means of not only how we explore, but alternate means of financing it all. I think it's pretty cool. And China launches, it's called Xiang's 5. They launched to bring back rock and debris from the moon's surface. And that's the first time they've done it in over 40 years. It's unmanned, I believe. Celebrate your extraordinary love. Save 20% on select bridal. Jared, love brilliantly. It went up on Monday, and it wasn't a surface-to-air missile. It was actually a device to bring back more information. And it looks like the space race is on as we speak. I think it's going to be a coordinated effort to get that man and woman from America back there. We're going to need all the technology and all of our resources together for another person to basically walk on the moon again. But at least we are showing everybody seemed to again be emerging from that triage, and they're doing what is necessary to actually make that happen again. Because the moon is going to serve as that jump off pad to Mars, and I want to live to see us make that next big leap. So kudos to the Chinese and getting successfully getting the Chang 5 up there. I'm waiting for the data that they bring back, if they're going to share it, and how that's going to help us for the next step to get to Mars. So when you are single and you have disposable income, you buy toys. My biggest thing has always been electronics. I'm living in a place right now where I have an amazing Roku TV. It's not even mine, but it's all good. It's hooked up to my Nintendo Switch and my Xbox, which I have not played in months, but I'm going to explore that a little bit more because I want to get back into Star Trek Online, as well as what other games are available to me, because the PS5 ain't nowhere, can't buy it nowhere. It's Black Friday and I can't buy Jack. I'm mad. The pre-order, somehow it got messed up. I don't know. But I just know they're making my head hurt at Best Buy because it's never available or it's been sold out for a month. I upgraded my phone, from the iPhone 11. I got the 12 Max. I'm still finding out. We're still finding. I like the body design. It really is just a really pretty phone. Navigation between apps seem to be a little bit easier, as well as the camera is superior, which kind of freaking me out now that I've got my latest purchase, which is the new MacBook Air. I am completely in love with it. And I also need to vacuum clean up all of these blasted Japanese beetles. Little bastards are not even real ladybugs. They perpetrating as cute ladybugs, but that's beside the point. So my experience with the MacBook Air goes back a number of years when I bought the first iteration of the MacBook Air. It slightly reminds me of this one, but definitely does not have the same power. Definitely doesn't have the same storage. I remember the first time I've ever been reminded of a need, and what made it really easy for me to trade it in or sell it was the fact that the blasted thing got really filled up rapidly when I had Dropbox on it. That's when I realized that Dropbox took up a lot more of the disk space than I was actually I could actually ever remember. I then had just a MacBook, which I bought from Amazon, and I completely used up all of that memory too. But this one, it seems like this small. I was having a thing because I have big old fingers, and I was concerned about the small screen. But 13 inches is actually pretty good for the purposes of this particular device. I'm not sure this thermal efficiency because it doesn't have a fan, but it doesn't appear that it gets hot either. I was concerned about it possibly like bursting into flames, but it still has up to 18 hours of battery life, which I've not had to push because I ain't going nowhere. this is the perfect machine if you need to create and you need it to fit nicely versus I do have a Windows based product, my Dell, which is suitable for what I need it for. I need it to create my podcast. A lot of the other audio is actually pretty superior on that. However, it is so heavy and so big, it is not conducive to basically going on a trip for a short period of time and having to lug that big thing somewhere. And I have not, I'm going to actually probably try to use um, this neural engine, which the MacBook Air uses machine learning to retouch photos and smart tools. And this is going to come in handy as I choose and select and upgrade the photos, especially for this podcast. I download a lot of things from NASA, like the picture of the day, and I'm wondering just how well this is going to do. So let me just check that out, because that's one of the things I did. I saved a photo to my photo album earlier this morning. So I'm going to see. Wow. Holy crap. Yes, this black hole. Holy crap. This black hole. Whoa. Jesus. I dig this. This is gorgeous. This is even better than what I was even expecting. You can see the details of this NASA created black hole. I wonder if they know about this, because this would be great to create a bigger master bathroom. I have seen campers with bigger bathrooms. It is pretty bad. For the purposes of wow. For the purposes of NASA and everything that they do, how even my photo, holy smokes, even my photo of this morning when I had coffee out front, I'm wondering if I wonder, do they have an Instagram for Macs? They don't really have one for. They don't really have one for my Windows. But I wonder, Instagram photo feed, will it allow you timeline, social insights, Pics feed for Instagram, Insta Live wallpaper, utilities for Instagram, and then a whole bunch of paid stuff. Let me check this out. Photo feed. Will it allow you to fix the bugs? Best Instagram besides like and comment is required. Will it allow you to actually? Yeah, but it has to come out, because you can tell how awkward the seating is in here. I mean, with that there, logically you should be. I don't know. I'm not sure if it will allow you to actually add to that particular feed, but it just really does enhance these photos just so beautifully. I just can't. Wow. That's one of the things I do really like about the particulars of Mac. It allows you, if you are creative, especially with this digital age and with photographs, it really does allow and give you so much that's included with the device itself. See how M1 unleashes ML? Oh, that's funny. This is the master, which the M1 chip with the operating system, Mac Big Sur, it gives you enhanced performance, which I actually have seen, even though I've only had the thing for about 4 days. Privacy, it kind of almost is hacker proof, just like other Mac products. And just speed and responsiveness, a whole bunch of apps that allow you to operate even your Apple TV directly from the device. Very cohesive. Massive amounts of storage. And the display itself is also enhanced. It gives you the vividness of the color and the sharpness. It's amazing.
You want to make the bathroom bigger? Yes. Okay. The bathroom's right there. These stairs are awful. Why don't we move these stairs?
You can FaceTime, three-way app. Make if I wanted to podcast directly from this, if I hosted it from a different podcast, because I use some additional audio equipment to make so I can actually splice in the sections of my podcast. And that's actually on my Windows device. I prefer that to use that, but I don't. And I just the whole look and feel of this device is actually amazing. They do a good job, not just a very good job, but an amazing job of making sure that if you're going to drop almost $2,000 or over $2,000 on a product, it's going to look and feel and outperform anything else that's on the market. And again, I did get the stainless steel finish that I think that that anybody else that actually gets it. I'm glad I didn't settle for the gold, but this actually is a pretty nice device. I dig it a lot, and it cracks me up that have my I still have my black Apple specific sleek mouse from my other devices. I no longer have an iMac, the big desktop. I traded that as well as my old MacBook in, and the uncracked screen iPad, and the one that didn't work, the Pro, in right before I left North Carolina. And I'm really glad that I waited at this time to get this device. I think this is going to be a good addition to my arsenal. And they don't even pay me to say that. I paid them to have the pleasure of this cool device. Go figure. But then again, I've been always saying Steve Jobs owe me some Skrilla, so I firmly believe that. But this device is worth all of the fuss. So I'm starting to record on Black Friday, and I just realized that probably with the upgrade, my recording device has changed. It does still look like moving cassette, but one of the turners looks just like you would expect from an old school recorder. But anyways, I did some shopping. It is Black Friday, and it was all goofy toys for myself. I did get a knit Star Trek Discovery. Oh, that's right. A Star Trek Discovery cap, as well as a scarf. The new com badge, as well as the extra large Discovery uniform blouse or top. And probably one of the coolest things I did get is a model of Star Trek Discovery, the ship, as well as finally got the Defiant. When I left a previous job, I gifted my Enterprise, I think it was either F or G class, to a colleague. And these, I will probably never do that again. I love the whole Star Trek universe. And I love the models. These are toys specifically for me, and they're not to be gifted or given away. So, with that said, I'm looking forward to them coming, and I'm already picking out space for it. I did kick over that massive blue wine bottle just today, and I broke off the little globe top. I think that would be great to set as the center for both of those, the Defiant the Star Trek Discovery class ship, to go around, and I'll be able to take a picture of those for next week's broadcast. And then I found a newspaper article just from this past Tuesday of the 10 worst toys of 2020. Because I'm the aunt that gives you like full sets of drums and crap like that, and also toys that you can weaponize. Well, these crack me up because I mean it has what to expect in the name, because they're dangerous. The missile launcher, it causes eye and facial injuries. The Avengers Vibranium Power Claw, that is actually from Vibranium is the indestructible material from Wakanda. I need that in my life. I'm just saying, but it can cause eye and facial injuries. There is the Jumbo Superstar Fist. Guess what? Blunt force trauma and impact injuries. And the Star Wars Mandalorian Darksaber. I was thinking about getting that because, of course, it's Star Wars. But it looks kind of cheesy online, so I don't think I'll get that. But I'm digging the Avengers Vibranium Power FX Claw. That's going to have to come. Make it its way into another my toy arsenal. And I'll try not to kick anybody's butt with it. So now on to this week's Star Trek update. What's going on in the Trek universe? Well, I foresee a lot. I have a great photo, and just a recap of the updates where they do the personal logs. And this week's update is from Jet Reno, the cranky Tish Navarro. I think that's her name. But anyways, Star Trek Logs is an Instagram, an official Instagram account for Star Trek Discovery. Every Monday they release the personal logs from the previous week's episode. This one is specifically from Jet, because who else would be standing in my quarters talking to a computer? Anyway, the retrofit's finally done, and we're catching up on 900 years of technology, which is going so well that I now have to install pattern buffers around every fresher in the damn whatever. And don't get me started on programmable matter. How the hell am I supposed to put that back together when it breaks? Little pieces of whatever they are. New holodecks are cool though. Ryza sounds good right now. Me, a beach, no one around as far as the eye can see, except maybe the cat. I feel like I could deal. Now that right there is so Jet, and I really, really liked her update. And her voice is really funny. She just sounds sarcastic like all the time. So I think that's really cool. But this week's episode in itself was a bit of a humdinger. And it wasn't like it's poorly written or anything, so not of the times. But Reunification 3, this is the 7th episode, and basically it's while grappling with the fallout of her recent actions and what her future might hold, Burnham agrees to represent the Federation in an intense debate about the release of politically sensitive but highly valuable burn data. Through the help of the black box data, which she basically risked her career yet again because she knew she was right, but still it was against protocol. She gets demoted, and that's a whole other story. But let's get back to the whole thing. With the data that she was able to extract from the black box or the jump drive, she was able to deduce that the burn did not happen as everyone thought. And there was also conjecture that SB19 could have been the source. It's basically an alternate dilithium technology, and it could have been responsible for the burn. It's an experiment that was underway in Romulan and Vulcan space. The Federation forced that experiment to continue, and then they blamed them. Then they flipped it around and blamed them for the initiation was one of the most destructive events that basically fractured the Federation. And one side blamed the other, and it ended up that Vulcan Romulan actually left. The weird thing was that Vulcan and Romulus actually reunified. This was actually initiated by Spock. He left the Federation in order to coordinate that. It would take several centuries after his death for it to come into fruition, but the burn actually allowed them, or probably when the lithium started drying up, they basically got together tenuously, but they came together for the greater good of their two races and the survival. Because if you do also realize in the Picard series, Romulus, when that star went supernova, it basically destroyed the Empire. Everyone has known for decades that both of those races they were of the same people, two separate tribes that basically went their own way centuries before, and now they got reunified, and it stuck because of the burn. And how this all comes to fruition is because they found out that this SB19 data, it may also not only prove that they may have been a cause of it or may have not. What they did note that the burn did not happen simultaneously. It did happen even milliseconds later. That is just there had to have been some type of connection or communication devices that would allow dilithium to detonate all at the same time. That goes back to my thinking. It was in some subcellular or subspace signal that it was either triggered. It was the unintended consequence of an experiment gone horribly wrong, or somebody did it intentionally, which leads down a whole different path. I called it. Michael was actually relieved of her duties last episode. Tilly is the new second in command, and she also puts Michael on blast because she considers Michael as an ensign. She's really close to her, and she got mad because suppose she hadn't come back. And she says, you're like the one singularly most important person in my life. And you tripping and you went off on some mission and could have gotten killed. And where would have that have left me? Michael headstrong, and she knows she needs this data to support her evidence to figure out what caused the burn so the Federation can get back together again. And she invokes ancient Vulcan stance where you get debate the pros and cons of moving forward with scientific experiments and discovery. And the Quat Malat, the Ninja Nuns, they are a subsect of the Romulan race that has proven to basically, and the major trusted sect for exploration of the truth. They attach themselves to lost causes, but they will put you on blast. That's the advocate part of this discussion. They keep the discussion going. They allow discussion. They don't let you play people. And because in the deeper understanding of the truth, you got to strip back the layers of secrecy. And from a society that basically was very secretive, brutally secretive, these nuns don't let you lie to hold back the truth. The truth has to be out there to discovery, either good, bad, or indifferent. They make you get to that point. And so when you have this discourse, you get an advocate. The advocate is from one of these ninja nuns. Of course, the ninja nun is her mama. And they look, maybe it's a black thing, but they look very similar. I wonder if they're actually from the descendant from the same tribe of Africa. And there's also seems like there's some Asian influences, because I love the shape of the character that plays Michael Burnham and her mama's eyes. But her mom basically put her on blast because she says, you can't get my people or this quorum to basically trust you with this sensitive data when you don't even trust yourself and you don't even trust your beliefs anymore. When she basically stripped her down and made them see who she was, vulnerable, cynic, always questioning, that's when they were able, well, at least the president of the new alliance could see her. That's when she knew that they actually could see her for who she truly was. A responsibility hog, but for the best interest of putting it all back together again. That's the only reason why she would want to use the data. Of course, there's probably some cynics that would want to use it otherwise. But if Michael Burnham has anything to do with it, it's going to be used appropriately. And that's the other thing. The new Romulan Vulcan planet, or their own federation or confederation, is on a planet named Navarre. And I'm wondering if I can actually get, I think I do. I do have access to some screenshots of this new planet. I'm wondering if anybody has posted anything online. While the president and Saru were looking out the window, there was a great overlook of them from the ship looking at the new planet. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful. The biggest thing about this is several-fold. You can have a disagreement. You can have beliefs that are one extreme or the other. Highly liberal people, free thinkers, conservatives, that nothing ever changes. When you are so far extreme on both ends of an idea or a concept, you both impede change and true enlightenment. The truth is the truth. However you present it, and also the exploration for truth, and self-discovery and scientific discovery requires an openness to different viewpoints and different views. Because you get all these views and you can put them together in some type of way to discover more and to move forward. When you're so extreme that you won't accept anything, that is the dampening of enlightenment. You can't say you're enlightenment when you're a diehard liberal extremist, and you can't say that you want everything to stay just what it is in your extremism. I think both of them extremes, and it's very difficult for us to be enlightened and to move forward and to discover more. There is a happy medium as we search for truth. And it's not going to be full and unquestioning acceptance of either side. It is somewhere in the middle. That's why I'm giving the side eye to the Bernies and the Elizabeth Warrens and even the Alexandria, the AOCs, Cortez Ocasio, because I really think to put this country back together, just like the United Federation of Planets, is somewhere in the middle. Extremism on either side is not helpful at all. The rhetoric, the divisive rhetoric in the search for truth is not helpful, because both of you have your beliefs. Is either one side all right or wrong? Probably not. The truth is actually right in the middle, and what you deem to do with it is all your accord. So, and I think that is that's why I really like how Star Trek Discovery is written. Not only do you see representation of different aliens and groups, they're women in power, they're all creeds, colors. It's pretty amazing. What they support is for discovery and enlightenment and truth, helping the human race, not just the human race, but all forms of life, the right to exist and to learn from and to discover more and to keep growing. That is what discovery is really. The discovery, how to reach a higher level of enlightenment and seeking out truths all across the galaxy and being allowed to dream and being allowed to explore. Moving from triage to exploration again. That's why I'm so interested in the NASA program, and it's why I really like this, listening to or watching Star Trek, because it's very entertaining, but it also allows you to dream and also allows us to create more and demand more creation and unique experiences. And this is my way of doing that. So. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode and spoilers of Over 49 Unapologetically Nerdy. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed creating it. Don't hesitate to leave me non-trolly messages at tinfroisreading@gmail.com. If it is non-trolly, I may actually read it on air. And there's still so many people, so many real estate agents that need a bag of gummy penises. Navigate to shipabagofdicks.com/tinfro-got-jokes to order that such anonymously to that butthead or a glitter bomb. Either way, it is funny and hysterical. They'll never know who actually sent it because it's all done anonymously. And then you need to tell me if you did, and I just wanted to see the expression on their face. I'm just saying. And you can use my promo code TNFro to get a percentage off of your order and shipping. And I hope you will navigate back and listen to me and find out other spoilers for next week's episode of Star Trek Discovery. More pictures on the stuff that I actually bought and new toys that I actually have played with and received. So there you go. Again, have a great weekend and thanks for listening. Bye.